Man crushed to death in porta-potty when bulldozer knocked it over and rolled over it. More after this. Hello everyone and welcome back to AFG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis on the most popular topics in the world today. Today we got a grim story. It's a young gentleman, 40-year-old black man. He was on the job site. Toward the end of the day, they were shutting it down. He decided to use the men's room, which is the porta-potty, and an unfortunate thing happened. The bulldozer knocked it out. Knocked it down and ran over it, crushed the guy to death. So, before I dive into the story, if you're new here, welcome to AFG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and click on the notification bell. It'll let you know when I drop a story similar to this one. If you're new here, thanks for coming. If you're one of my normal subscribers, you're real MVP. Thanks for coming back and diving in. Aaron Henderson, 40 years old, was killed as employees put away equipment and prepared to shut down the North Central landfill where he worked as a traffic controller. A bulldozer operator driving his machine on Friday afternoon had his line of sight partially blocked by the rig's elevated blade. According to police, the blade was 3 to 4 feet off the ground. The operator heard a big crumbling sound and realized it had driven over the portable toilet. Police said he immediately exited the bulldozer and ran over to the porta-potty to see if anyone was inside of it. At that time, he observed Henderson unresponsive inside the porta-potty. Aaron was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities called the incident a tragic industrial accident in the initial investigation. As a spotter at the landfill, Aaron was responsible for controlling traffic of dump trucks entering and exiting the landfill. Martha Santiago, chairwoman of the Board of County Commissioners, said last night's incident was a tragic accident. Our board asks that you keep the family and friends of the deceased in your thoughts and prayers. Both Aaron and the unnamed bulldozer operator worked for the employing agency, Serta Temp, which has a contract with Polk County. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration is looking into the accident. It is the first fatality at the Polk County landfill. County Manager Bill Beasley said, "Landfill is a dynamic industrial environment with movement of hundreds of trucks coming to unload heavy equipment in the landfill all day long. We have never experienced anything like this." Aaron of Winter Haven is survived by several children, according to social media posts. Okay, wow. All I can say is wow. What a way to go out. You got a gentleman, ironically, who's a traffic controller. He stops to go to the bathroom. The guy that's driving the actual truck didn't realize it was a porta-potty, hit it, rolled over it. And then you stop to see if anyone was in there. Is that kind of like code of conduct? Did you know? Did you think somebody was in there? It's an unfortunate situation. That's somebody's dad, you know what I'm saying? Now he's never coming back because you rolled over him. You hit it and rolled over him. So you didn't see it. So my question is, why was the porta-potty kind of going along the way of the actual, the roadway? You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a porta-potty, you would think it would be off, kind of like off, putting off in the distance or whatever, right? And and then like a truck hits it. So it's kind of like, are you kidding me? A truck hits it. So it's like you wasn't careful. It's a lot going on in this little story. I think it was negligence. The person that actually drove and hit it should be responsible. They should be fired immediately. They should be fired and probably prosecuted because you just killed that man. You can't let that man walk. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the intent of the person that was driving the truck. They could have had an issue with each other. They could have went, kind of had an argument, you know what I'm saying? And didn't like each other. That was his chance to get at him. I mean, I don't put nothing by nobody, okay? It's a cold, cold world out here. There's a lot of people that you may not know right now that don't like you at all, okay? I'm sure it's a lot of people that don't like me as well, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to be, cognizant of that, that situation, and then still be able to, do what needs to be done on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? Without, getting into confrontation with people and so forth and so on. I mean, we all adults here, you know what I'm saying? We trying to take care of our families. Unfortunately, this man was out to work. It wasn't like he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. He just stopped to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And because you went to the bathroom, now die. First of all, it's a porta-potty, number one. Can you imagine all that feces and piss and it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And then like you hit it, you knock it over, and then you roll over it. Like, damn. When you hit it and you rolled over it, you made sure the truck rolled over it. Then you got out of it like you didn't know that you hit it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they see you driving, you're supposed to have a clear view, you know what I'm saying, of your driving lane, basically. I drive a forklift at times, right? So I'm driving a forklift. I'm not driving a forklift with something obstructing my view and I'm just driving straight. No, you got to have a clear view, clear sight of view, that way you can see. You can see your left, your right, and what's in front of you. You don't want to have anything blocking you. You don't ride down the street with mud on your windshield and you're on the highway doing 80 miles an hour. So, I mean, you got to have a clear view. So whoever did that, I mean, in my opinion, the authorities need to get involved. They need to get dealt with. And I'm sorry. I mean, you just got to get locked up, guys. You murdered somebody. Involuntary murder, okay. Second degree murder or something like that. But you still got to do some time. I'm sorry. So if I can follow up on this story to see if someone got some time, I will. I'll do the best that I possibly can do. But yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. Prayers up to Anthony Henderson, him and his family, you know what I'm saying, 40-year-old man, just working, doing what he had to do to take care of his family, and this happened. So prayers out to that family, you know what I'm saying. Sad story. All right, well, that's just the end of my story. If you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that like button as well, okay? And click on the notification bell. It'll let you know when I drop a video similar to this one. While you're doing that, in your spare time, if you're not doing anything, you're at work, you're kind of scrolling through here, there, whatever, and you really don't have time to watch a full YouTube video, you can always go to my TikTok, okay? And I will have an abbreviated, form of this particular story on there. You know what I'm saying? Usually I put something on it like that. And every once in a while I mix it up, put some funny stuff on there. Me and my daughter may play around and do some fun stuff. So, see the lighter side of myself. So I'm not a boring person all the time. Sorry. I know you guys hate these videos and they just boring and you just like, oh, I can't do it no more. But sorry, I'm trying to be as uppity and energetic as I possibly can. So, but with that being said, I thank you guys for coming out. I thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next episode. I love every single one of y'all. I'm nothing without you. Trust and believe that. Peace.